Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alright, well, it does say do not lay flat, but you never know what happened during shipping. So, it said there'd be some assembly in 2 boxes, and I don't know what's in it. So I'm fixing to open it up, and we'll see what's going on. Alright, so there's the motor. Have no idea whether it got turned over during shipping or not. That box doesn't seem to be marked as well as this one. But it's not beat up. They packed it well. Nothing seems to be broke. There's all the little parts that came with it, and I have no idea what this is. But lots of paperwork. Oh, there's something else. There's a wrench in there. That's probably the handle for it. Alright, I got a lot of assembly to do, unpacking, so I'm going to get started on that. And I'm afraid I'll just have to do some editing on this. I can't leave the phone just sitting there paused the entire time. We'll see. Alright. Man, it said the wide tires. I didn't realize they were that wide. Any wider and I wouldn't be able to grip it to pick it up. Disc brakes on both ends. Whew, there's a lot of assembly. It's not all going to get done tonight. I'll have to finish this one tomorrow evening after work. Whew. A lot more than I expected to have to be done. So we shall see. I shouldn't have a problem with those tires on this dirt road that I live on. Even though it's a small motor, it's only a 3 horsepower motor. It is a centrifugal clutch, just kind of like a go-kart. So when it spins fast, it spreads and engages and puts power on the chain to turn the wheel. So, but you can also pedal it just by letting off the throttle so that the clutch disengages. And looks like I got a lot of assembly to do. Well, that's a good thing. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments on this video. Okay guys, so it's got a rack that goes on the front and one on the back. I'm not sure which one is which here, but they're both there. I read through the instruction book on how to assemble this thing, and it doesn't say anything about those racks, so they got to be pretty simple. I'm thinking the 4 one there is the back and the 2 is the front, but it may be the opposite of that. This may be the back for an extra rider or something. I really don't know because it's pretty stout. But I've got it all unpacked. I got to put the steering wheel on. So there's 3 things basically that have to be done to put this thing together. Put the steering wheel on. Mount the motor. It's got 4 bolts. It says leave it loose and then connect everything. There's a chain that goes from the motor to this sprocket. And once you get that put on and everything connected, then you slide that motor and tighten that chain up. It is a 7-speed bike, kind of like a 10-speed, you know, that you had when you were a youngin'. So it's got disc brakes on front and back, which is a good thing. It's going to need it if this thing runs 30 plus miles an hour like it says it does. So the throttle's in the handlebar. Your gear shift over there, you got a button you can just automatically change to the next gear. But it's also got an on and off to, you know, kill the engine if necessary. Front and rear brakes, of course. Shocks on the front, none on the back. The fuel tank is built into the bike, is why it's so fat up here. It holds about 3/4 of a gallon. Says it'll run 100 miles on a tank of fuel. I doubt that very seriously. But these tires are absolutely huge. And the one on the bike right here is not inflated. If it is, it's very, very low. This one actually has some pressure in it, so it'll probably need a little bit more. But so mount the handlebars, mount the motor, the chain, then you put the cover over the chain gear and stuff so nobody gets caught in it, and put the pedals on, mount the seat where you want it, and it's pretty much ready to go. So I'll have to finish that tomorrow after work, see if I can get done with it. It does not come with oil in the engine, which is a good thing, because if it got turned over, it would be all up in it. So you have to put some 10W30 oil in it, and of course, you know, get it to crank. You see the fuel line is here. It goes straight up and connects to the little spout right there. Whoop, about knocked that thing down. Pretty much that's it. There's not a whole lot to putting it together. It's just a matter of you got to mount it. You mount the handlebars, get them adjusted to where you like them, get the motor mounted, tighten it up to where the chain is tight and straight, and then you put the chain guard over it so that, you know, your legs never hit the chain or any of that kind of mess. You don't want that to happen. And that is plastic. It's pretty thick plastic, but that is plastic. So, not thrilled about that. The second thing I'm not really thrilled about, I was going to show y'all. This side of the bike looks pretty good. It's got a little spot right there. And then this side, y'all will be upside down. Let me turn it around. Got a pretty good scratch right there, I guess, during shipping. Other than that, it doesn't have any. This is not a $100 bike, as you can tell. I wanted the matte black, but they charge you more. They had the red, white, and blue on sale, and then I had to pay extra to get the faster speed. There's a 25-mile-an-hour version and a 32-mile-an-hour version is what they call it. So they changed the sprocket out for the faster speed, and I went ahead and went with the faster speed. You've got to hook up the brake cable down there and the power on off wires. It is a pull start 4-stroke engine, so you do not have to mix oil with the fuel, and that was something I really wanted just because I don't want to have to, you know, carry the mixed oil and stuff with me. I can always throw a small gas can on this thing somewhere and have, you know, another whole tank of fuel. You know, put a 1.5 gallon can on the luggage rack or something, and you can fill this tank twice. And if you got 100 miles out of a tank, that's 300 miles worth of fuel. So that's, you know, an added benefit. And I don't plan on riding it that far, of course. Your butt would be sore. May end up upgrading the seat and so on. But I'm going to try to finish this thing tomorrow. I'll get the video edited together when I'm done and hopefully get it uploaded for y'all. I hope y'all will be seeing this Thursday, and possibly me even riding the bike if everything goes like it's supposed to. But that frame is stout, y'all. I mean, it is stout. It's got some heft to it. It's got a new kickstand that goes on the back here. So it's pretty cool so far. Like I say, I did want the matte black or matte black, but I could always paint this thing if I wanted to. But for now, that'll work. I don't plan on trying to do anything secret with it. But if crap hit the fan, and I've got a wagon that connects to a bicycle on the back axle to where you can put, you know, connect the bicycle wagon to it and pull weight, haul things and such, which is part of the resource gathering plan. So I plan on having it set up for that as well. And hopefully I'll get my money's worth out of this. Guys, it is a little bit expensive. They're advertising this bike in the 25-mile-an-hour mode with the regular tires and all that for like $6.99. If you go with the fat tires, they add a couple $100 more. And you know, everything you do that costs you a little bit more. You go to the next speed up, costs you another 100 or whatever. So ended up spending about $1,000 on this bike, and I think it's going to be worth it. I don't know if the made in China motor is going to be worth it, but it's 79cc, or basically 3 horsepower motor. So as long as you get one that'll fit inside that opening, and the shaft is the right size for this centrifugal clutch, hey, it can be changed out. Might even go a little bit stronger motor, but it is a 7-speed pedal, 7 gear, whatever you want to call it, and then the motor itself. So it'll assist you or run just straight off motor without you having to pedal. But I hope I'll be back over here tomorrow evening and finish this video out. Alright guys, I'm home from work the second day. I have gotten the handlebars on. I've gotten the front tire on. I have not tightened it down yet because I need to center it and make sure the brakes are correct. And I did get the pedals put on. They're tight. I got the chain put on the pedal side. So I got the seat on and tightened down where I want it to be. It's actually a pretty comfortable bike. Man, those are some big tires. I did not expect them to be that big. But as big as they are, I would have thought they had more than 1/8 of an inch of tread there. I mean, on the sides, it's closer to 3/16, possibly a quarter. I doubt it's a quarter, but I'd still think they'd be more tread than that. As big as these tires are, they can't be cheap. So should have had much better tread. But either way, it's looking good so far. It's rideable right now if I just wanted to get on it and pedal it. But I'm not going to stop now. I've got about an hour and a half before dark. So I'm going to try to get the motor set on there and get that chain done and hook up the throttle cable and the kill switch, and see if I can't get a little bit more done. I'll show y'all. So this is what I'm listening to while I'm putting this bike together. Survival Dispatch News. Every night, I think 6 nights a week, they do a podcast and they talk about important stuff. So y'all take a look at that. But I'll be back when I get this motor set up there. Alright guys, I've got the drive chain on, motor mounted, and the cover that covers the sprocket, clutch, and drive chain train. It's all mounted nice and tight. So I've still got to hook up the fuel line, the throttle cable, and the ground for the kill switch. And I've got both luggage racks put on, so I'm going to have to look up which rack goes where and all that good stuff. Although, probably going to be pretty easy to tell which one. I think that's the front one. The way it looks, there's a bolt up there in the middle, and that one don't have one in the middle. So, anyway, take a quick break, go get something else done, then I'll be back. Okay, guys. So, I've got it all put together. I did end up having an issue where I think the motor must have got knocked around during shipping, and this cover got pushed, knocked in, dented right up here, and it was rubbing the fins around the motor. So I took it loose and kind of straightened that dent out a little bit and put it back on, and it no longer rubs. Motor runs good. It cranks on the second or third pull. I did fill the tank, and it does hold about 3/4 of a gallon like they say it does. This entire thing from here all the way up here is the fuel tank. So it holds about 3/4 of a gallon is what they say. They also say it gets about 100 miles per tank. I seriously doubt that, but I guess it's possible. It is a 7-speed bike, and basically the way you gain speed is, you know, you put it down in lower gear to take off, and then as you want to shift up, you just push this button and it jumps to the next gear up. And of course we'll go faster and faster because the gear is going further up, or at least it seemed that way to me. Maybe I'm wrong, because the pedal side really doesn't have anything to do with the motor side. So maybe that has nothing to do with it. I'm really not that sure. But I did ride it around the yard. I filled it with oil. I checked the oil level. It's got a little dipstick on it, and it's a little bit above the, it's got about that much range, about an inch range on it, and I'm a little bit above halfway on that. So it's got brand new oil in it, full fuel tank. I just need to adjust that seat up a little bit and go try it out and see what it'll do. I'll have to do that tomorrow if the weather allows, and I'll get this video out for y'all Thursday morning, and then the longer format video will come this video. Sorry, get a short video out for y'all Thursday morning, and this video will come out either Friday morning or Saturday, whichever I'm able to get that video edited and show y'all, hopefully, me riding the bike. But it's actually pretty nice, pretty tough little bike so far. But thank y'all for watching. Remember what I've always told you: Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe, be prepared. And for those of you that say, hey, this ain't nothing to do with prepping and homesteading, I've got a wagon that this bike is going to pull. It's a wagon built for a bicycle. This bike, and I wanted the black, and I can paint it black if, you know, when crap hits the fan, but this bike can be used for gathering resources, going to get supplies, going to get grand youngins and put them in there and getting them to my homestead. It can be used for a lot more than just enjoyment. And that's kind of my deal. I can't, you know, I can ride 30 miles an hour or 25, 30 miles an hour a whole lot longer than I can walk. So, and this enables us to take the smaller children and put them in the wagon and get better speed to get back to the homestead and get everybody protected. So there's where it comes in on the prepping side, guys. You've got to have some type of vehicle. A lot of people have mules and four-wheelers and older vehicles like mine, but mine's fuel injected, so there's no guarantee that it'll run. This thing doesn't have any electronics on it. So this is bug out, a go get, whatever you want to call it, vehicle. And you know, it can come in really handy when crap hits the fan. So thank y'all for watching. All right, guys, that's about the best I can do for showing y'all me riding it. I rode down to the end of my other end of my sister's property Let me flip this to the other end of my sister's property. I turned around and came back, and I went down about 50 yards past my property, maybe 75, and then turned around and came back right here. Now, I did take it I took it all the way down to the intersection of the dirt road down that way, which is about 3/4 of a mile. I took it all the way down there. The fastest this thing got up to on flat ground was 24. And going down a little bit of a hill, it got up to 26, 27. And then I had to move the on-off switch, aim it more toward me instead of up, because I kept bumping it with my hand when I was trying to hold the phone and turn the motor off. So, but you can pull the cord one time while you're riding. Pull the cord one time and it cranks right back up, and you just give it throttle and go. Now, after I rode it down the road the first time and then come back and I stopped at my sister's over there to show her. Let me flip this back. My throttle cable had came loose right here, and I didn't have any control of the throttle. So I ended up taking it all apart and make sure nothing was damaged, and it wasn't. It still works up here. Took it all the way down, and then I just tightened this back up, and if you watch that throttle right there, it works. It don't move a lot, but it. All right, I don't know how much of that y'all heard. My camera just stopped on its own. But anyway, it needs a fender, and there is room to put a fender on this bike. If it went through here and back and down to about here, that would stop it from slinging the dirt up on the driver and the rider. But also the back tire, it needs a fender to cover it, you know, down to here. And it could attach to this bike rack. So I'm going to go on their website and see if they offer fenders for it. And if they do, I'm going to order me a set of fenders. But as a bug out vehicle, it's fine. It runs fast enough. Nobody's going to, on foot, run 25 plus miles an hour, 24 plus miles an hour, and for a long period of time. So this thing moves pretty good for that. I mean, it maintained it, and you know, I'm pleased with it. Now, I don't know. Nope, I don't know if those stickers come on. I think they're ironed on. Nope, it come off. They come off, so I can pull those off. Oh, it's just a cover. Anyway, it says max inflation 20 psi. I've got the front tire at about 17. It's got shocks on the front. And then I've got the back tire, also says 20. Same tire, I presume. I've got it pumped up to about 15 or 16. Because there's no shock on the back. And, you know, I don't want to hit bumps with it too bad. But overall, I'm pleased with it. I do think it's worth the money. If you try to price a 2-stroke engine or even a 4-stroke engine and the kit to put it on an existing bicycle, you got to have a bicycle that's got an opening in the frame big enough to accept the motor. And if you do that, basically a beach bike, you're going to spend anywhere from 130 to a couple $100, maybe a little more than that, on a motor and kit to connect it to an existing bike. And then you're going to turn around and spend on a good bike, a well-built bike, you're going to spend $300 to $600 on it. So for $1,000, and like I say, you can get it for $699. I got it with the larger tires and the speed upgrade, but I don't see where you could go wrong with it. At least for me, it seems to be worth the money. So guys, I appreciate y'all watching the video, and let me know what you think about it. I did not see the video of me riding by, of course. I had it set up on my tripod over there, well past the edge of the driveway or the edge of the property, so that you could see me come and go. And anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Maybe this will give you some ideas on some bug out vehicles. I was looking, thought I lost a screw, but I didn't. It comes in from this side. But Anyway, maybe to give you an idea on some bug out vehicles. Eventually I will get my little wagon out that's built for a bicycle and get it hooked up to this thing and see how it pulls that wagon. The wagon don't weigh anything, so it'll probably pull it fine. But I'll end up putting a grandyoungin or two in that thing and see how it pulls them and me, and we'll go from there. But thank y'all for watching. Remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.